Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Capricorn for March 2020. So keep in mind guys, it's a general message. It can't possibly fit everyone's situation, but take what you feel is for you, what applies to your life, disregard the rest, my friends, and go about your day. Know that no matter what comes through the cards today or what Spirit has to offer, it's still up to you and your active free will, your Grassroots Evolution, and the choices you make and steps you take to get whatever fulfillment it is that you'd like to see in this world. As well as time is fluid and an illusion, so I put a date on here, but if you encounter it after March, I almost said November, right? So here is where we could be jumping timelines, but if you encounter it after March, or if you encounter it in a different year, it still may fit. Just take how it resonates for you and keep an open mind throughout this, my friends. But we could be picking up on a situation from the past life, something happening now, or something just entering into the energy field. So again, keep an open mind. I'm going to ask a moment for Archangel Michael to jump in to guide, guard, bless, and protect me, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as Archangel Sandolphin is asking to come in. So I'm going to ask him to guide us as well, to use me as the clearest channel, and for the messages only for the highest good of those of us watching. So I would suggest as well, guys, if you do ask your angels or guides into your life, ask that they're here with ways that you can understand in the clearest form possible, and only messages top rate for your highest good. So I'm going to start off with the postcard from Spirit Oracle and ask an overarching energy for you to be aware of for this month. If I trigger you, if something comes up with the cards that invokes a negative or painful reaction, a response, if you feel something, use it. What was it? Why is it here in your conscious awareness? And how can you use this energy moving forward to create positive change in your life? So one message, please, for the sign of Capricorn. Thank you for March. So we have March 2020. And if you can see here, there's like a fairy sort of thing sitting in some, it's hard to see, but she's sitting in some flowers, kind of clapping her hands. Could be taking a moment of pause. And we get, dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave, and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved, and you will be a magnet for love and experience of love, the love of Spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if they are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world, interact with it, and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, and you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ethers. Don't sell yourself short ever, my dear Capricorns. You guys are wonderful, wonderful, grounded people, and I'm lucky enough in my world to have some of you. So I want you guys to remember that when we think of the law of attraction, and we think about when we're putting something out into the universe, when we act as if it is already here, that is telling the universe, I'm grateful for everything I have, and I am successful. This is also those I am affirmations. I am safe. I am love. I am peaceful. I am glorious in this world. I am fully embracing, I heard sexuality and sensuality for some of you. However it is, we act in the ways, and we put forward in that response almost that we have what we want, and therefore we don't see ourselves as lacking. Acting as if our fulfillment is already here will allow that to come, because it's matching that energy and that vibration. So I'm going to ask one more message from the postcard oracle before moving forward. There's too many. Spirit, one more message, please, from this oracle for anyone who's a Capricorn, or if you've got Capricorn in your chart. If you have Capricorns in your life as well, this may resonate. So here we have sort of an angel fairy coming out of the bath. And we get, dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think the need to control everything, or else nothing will get done, be healed, or be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. And it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so much. So this is also when we're wanting to see that our dreams are already here and we're wanting to kind of fake it till we make it, we want to make sure as well that we are changing along the route. So we can't just say and believe that all of the things that we have and act as if they're already here without actually putting the work into this as well. So know that it's not your job to meddle in the lives of others and to fix things that are outside of your control. The things that we control are us, right? Our feelings towards the situation, our mentality, our outlook. And Spirit is definitely saying, do something different. If something makes you a little uncomfortable, hey, do it. These things that we fear, but we yearn to do, it's saying, you know what? We want to act as if we're the luckiest person in the world. Well, let's start acting like it. And if we feel like we need to discuss things with other people, doing it as well. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to ask a message here. This is from the Magical Unicorns Oracle by Doreen Virtue. So a message from March for Capricorn, please. Thank you. So we have 3 different cards that fell out. The first is talk about your feelings, right? This is what I was feeling and picking up with the last little bit of that card, is needing to discuss with people, right? You want a healthy, good relationship with your friends and your family and your loved ones. Act as if that's already here and be open and vulnerable. You want them to be open and vulnerable with you. You also have to kind of return the favor. If you want them to be calm with you, you try and set those intentions and show how that's done. This could also be, like they said, if you want to act as if you already have personal freedom, you can say no. If you don't want to be always the one putting the work into something, you can also say not today. And acting as if you're already taking control of your life one step at a time, even though it may be small steps. Tell a friend how you feel, get in touch with someone who truly, truly makes you happy. If there is something here that's an impossible situation and you're feeling like it's outside of your control and you know it's not in your best interest to try and manipulate or control the situation, talk with some friends about it. Talk to somebody, get those feelings out, because oftentimes as well, another person's perspective can be really healing. Be discerning as well, though, on their motives behind it. If you, as well as this is not being discerning on who you talk to. If you know there's people in your life who kind of secretly want to see you destroyed, probably talking to them about vulnerable situations and vulnerable feelings might not be the best thing, right? Talking to people that you love about this. And we have love heals fear. When we are afraid to step forward, we have to act out of love, right? Even if we do something that's uncomfortable or temporarily uncomfortable, doing it with love and loving ourselves enough to face that fear. So that it says the power of your love can help bullies and angry people be less afraid. Like I was saying, when we're going into situations, we want to act as if what we want is already here. If we are trying to maintain a peaceful situation or bring peace, how we enter the situation, how we enter the agreement, the partnership, relationship, conversation has a lot as well. If we are holding on to anger and we're going to try and either work things out, talk things out with someone, or just explain to someone how we feel, and we show up scared, timid, and angry, we're setting a tone. and an expectation almost for the other person to either match us or have to kind of decipher what's going on with you before we can even have this conversation. This could be vice versa as well, right? So if someone meets you with hostility, reminding that you don't want to control this situation, but you also can control yourself and not meet them at their energy level, you can stay true to you and have them come down to you, down to your energy, or raise up instead, right? So rather than you going down to meet them at this angry or hostile energy, you can ask them, hey, meet me up here. Things are a little clearer, a little brighter, a little more love. So the power of love can help your bullies and angry people, right? So remember that. And if you have people in your life that are angry, and you know, one of the things was set that boundary could be listen, talking to them and saying, listen, I understand you got a lot of anger, but right now, especially if it's directed at you, you can say, but the way that this conversation is coming isn't productive. We either need to find a better way to discuss this or give a little bit of time. And love heals fear. You know, we don't need to have somebody making us afraid to speak our truth, or if there's a place where somebody always comes with anger and you're afraid to have this conversation, feel like it's time to really reevaluate that. Or you know, beforehand as well, you could even discuss with the person, you know, I'd like to talk, I would like to have these kinds of conversation, but I'm afraid of your reaction, or I'm afraid that it may not go so well. And we also have here the unicorn. Love your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. Some of you may be going through some healing with parents, but this could also be, you know, when push comes to shove and you feel like, you know, your world's falling apart, or you need someone to listen. If you're looking at taking a new jump and embarking on a new adventure, talk to your parents, because I mean, any of us, especially if you have kids, you know, you love those little guys more than anything in the whole world, right? Your parents want to see you succeed. Sometimes there may be pushback or blowback from what you want from them because of fear from their own experiences, fear from their own culture, fear from just a generational divide, or because it's not something that they feel they could do. But not to worry so much about that, but just to know that being open and talking and discussing our feelings and knowing that we are loved and on this physical planet, your parents love you as much as they can. So for any of you feeling unloved or anything like that, know that, you know, that love is here, right? Love follows fear, and your parents love you. So I'm going to ask for a message now from the Shadowscapes Tarot, guys, for a little bit of tarot wisdom for anyone who's resonated with this. And again, if you have and you're new, please feel free and subscribe, because it would be awesome to have you along this journey. And if you don't resonate, you don't resonate. Not every message is for everyone. So we have two messages here I get. First, we have, if you can see this is the Five of Pentacles. But I feel like the Five of Swords might be important here, because it's a real change in the way that we communicate. But this is also feeling like either lack, left out in the cold, not worthy, and this is definitely choosing not to see all the abundance around them. Often too, we see this card with people walking away from a church, being turned out into the cold. And then you have the Page of Swords. So there may be discussions about feeling lack, feeling not enough, discussions as well as needing a change in this physical, because things are not working. Things don't seem to be for your highest good. Remember what they said in the first card, that even if everything isn't awesome, it's your mindset on, you get to co-create it. So if you create a life that is awesome and happy for you, your life is awesome. Regardless of how much money or monetary value you have, if you believe you are the richest person in the world, you are. And this is this needing to, it could be discussing with parents, you know, hey, here's times where I kind of felt othered and not loved as much, or felt like I didn't have enough resources in this physical to carry on and gain success. But whatever it is, this person does have the fifth pentacle right above their head. It's just that they've chosen to keep their eyes closed. And sometimes this is because of fear. We don't want to move on because we fear the change. And Spirit is saying it's really, really important to speak. It's really important to make that first step, have that conversation. In the Animal Wisdom Tarot, the pages all have a bridge with them because a page creates something that wasn't there before. It's the first initial steps or first initial jumps going from here's this thought that I've thought through to here's this thought that I now want to communicate and share with others. Spirit, can you tell me about the Five of Pentacles, please? Thank you. So there's a few things you get with the Five of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles, or so the Knight of Cups, and this is charging towards your bliss, charging towards your dreams. And the book talks about in this one that if he stays his course, sooner or later he will taste the water or the nectar from this chalice. He will get to taste this cup. His fulfillment, his emotional, I heard vulnerability as well as responsibility will be met. And I feel like potentially one of the things that has someone feeling like they are in lack mentality or in this Five of Pentacles energy not having enough is something's being kept. Something's not being spoken. Something is being hoarded. If you can see, this is a little dragon. And he is holding on to his coins and his treasure. And he's not looking to share this. This card says to talk about your feelings, right? Open up, start the communication, because you cannot move forward. You cannot charge forward in life, in love, in co-creating a world that you feel is balanced and worthy of you and something that you desire to be in if you see yourself as not able to do it and not having the resources to do this. This could be that you want something that you are either holding on too tightly to this earthly possession, that holding on to what we have means that in order to protect this hoard, he can't leave to go get more. So we don't grow. We stay, and we stay where we are. If you want this, if you want to move forward to your bliss, if you want to move forward to tasting the water from this one chalice that you've been searching for and trying to get to, it requires openness and balance. And it requires having conversations. It requires you acting as if this is already here. Having these discussions as if you're already maintaining the energy of I'm charging forward with my heart's desires. Talking about your feelings, and if you've been holding in feelings of being let down or let out in the cold or being othered or ostracized, talk with those that you love and really look at this in a different way. Sometimes when people push us away or don't talk to us, it comes also from a place of fear. Fear for their emotions and the situation, fear for your behavior or your emotions. I mean, we all have the light and the dark. There could be as well as just not enough understanding about the situation to have a clear head about it. So if we hold back from people, how are they ever going to know our true feelings and our true beliefs or our true wants and desires? There could also be, like, if you don't want to discuss this with people, if you don't want anyone to know about whatever you're keeping to you, I don't feel like it's going to be difficult to move forward. There could be that this Page of Swords is just kind of a messenger you get. Could be kind of birds or some sort of spirit animal. Some sort of sign making a presence known to you that you're on the right path to get what you want. But I feel like what I heard is there's a lot of steps to these emotions as well. So if it feels just too big for you to know how to handle it, take it step by step. And if you need to, lean on your parents, regardless of how old you are. I'm going to ask for one more unicorn card, actually, before you pull any more tarot. One more card, please, Spirit. Let's see the time. There's 4. We get true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Share. When you share, everyone feels happy. When we keep it to ourselves and we hoard, we feel left out in the cold. Imagine. What would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? So when we take a moment to think about and act as if what we want is already here, as if we've already charged forward and got this cup, what would we think? What would we do then? This is giving you permission as well to daydream, to think, process your thoughts however you need to, and let go of stress. Because when we add added stress into our world, we're not clear-headed enough to have these conversations and to go after our heart's desires in a balanced way. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out. So if there's outside situations that have you held up in yourself, feeling like you're not good enough and not able to get your hopes and dreams, drop that. Let go of stress. Talk about your feelings. Share. Talk about your feelings and share what is true to you. Because whatever your answer is, whatever this charging forward is, Spirit wanted to tell you, yeah, your answer is yes. So that's what I have for you guys today. Oh, no, I don't. Lied. They want me to clarify the Page of Swords, guys. So clarify the Page of Swords before we say goodbye for today. For Capricorn for March 2020, please. What's this Page of Swords, or what is the next step? So here's your next step, or your next course of action is the 10 of Pentacles. And this is the dragon guarding and holding on to what is his, but he is not holding on so tightly he cannot grow. This dragon is much bigger now. I want to show you guys. This dragon is much bigger now, and a lot more mature, and knows that the pentacles don't need to be held on so tightly to still remain in his life. And I'm going to read this from the book for you guys before I say goodbye. Enjoying affluence and being able to appreciate luxury and the good fortune that has befallen you, the ultimate in worldly success, the result of long-term efforts. So remember what Spirit said with this card, that the answer is yes. Where'd it go? Your answer is yes. Right here. So whatever it is that you want to charge forward to, that abundance is here. So my friends, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a really, really great month, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.